Formula One, a sport that spans hearts, minds and nations, where the 20 best drivers in the world come together to take on some of the world's most historic circuits. And that legacy continues today. The 2021 championship was thrilling from start to finish, and 2022 is set to be even better. New regulations will usher in an age of pioneering changes. New driving talent alongside returning champions will be dueling it out to the bitter end. The pressure will be on the team principals in the upcoming season as they manage their drivers, their cars and the whole team to push to victory. This is not a challenge for the faint-hearted. This is Formula One. Mercedes returned to F1 in 2010, and since 2014 they've won the Constructors' Championships back-to-back every year. In 2021 they took home the Constructors' Championship once more, although they narrowly missed out. Mercedes returned to F1 in 2010, and since 2014 they've won the Constructors' Championships back-to-back. McLaren are a cornerstone of F1, having been part of... Alpine was a new name in 2021, bringing F1 drivers Fernando Alonso, and Williams is a legendary name in 2021 was Aston Martin's first full season in... Ferrari have entered Formula One every year since the World Championship began back in 1950. They still hold the most championship titles of any team. The team had a solid season in 2021, securing third place in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari are very much in it to win it. With strong leadership over the 2022 season and beyond, expect to see them fighting for those podium places. If all goes well, they'll be aiming for that top spot as the seasons progress.
Hi there. Nice to meet you. I'm Audrey Mensah, one of the team's senior engineers. Welcome to the team. It's great to have you on board. We came under new management recently here at Williams, so you're joining us at a very exciting time. I'm sure you'll settle right into the team. Let's get you shown around. As our new team principal, you're responsible for a lot of aspects of the team. Everything from managing our team's growth, overseeing our finances, and deciding on race day strategies will be in your hands. You can keep an eye on most things from your dashboard here. I can take you through it now. First up, an overview of the board. They're the ones who set the expectations for the team. If they're confident in your leadership, you'll be fine. If they lose confidence in you, however, they might look to replace you. The board sets season objectives for the team to achieve. Reaching them will help keep confidence high, so be sure to familiarise yourself with what's expected. You'll want to keep an eye on the long-term objective for beyond this season as well. Okay then, let's look ahead to the race weekend. We need to start preparing for the next Grand Prix, which will be the first of the season. As it's your first day, though, there's nothing urgent for you to address. Feel free to explore more, or you can select continue and sign off for the day. Once you do, time will pass, but don't worry about missing anything. You'll automatically sign back in if an important event comes up. It's no longer your first day. We'll have you on top of things in no time. You'll continue moving through days this way until it's time for the race, which you can see in the upcoming events list. It's good to get in the habit of regularly checking that list. Let's take a look at what needs doing today. You have an alert in the top corner. There's an important email awaiting a response, so you should check your inbox when you're ready. Here you can delve deeper into team finances and see our balance, as well as understanding information on Looks like you've received a budget approval request. Most of the team's budget is decided by the board at the start of the season, plus whatever we get from last season's prize money, and any extra sponsorship revenue we earn. I reckon that's a good decision. It should keep the team in high spirits anyway. Now that's dealt with, we can focus on our first Grand Prix of the season. The race weekend is still a few days away, so move forward when you're ready. There's always some final work to do before we can set off. Check your inbox for the race prep report on this weekend's circuit. Okay, you have all the information you should need. Let's head to race preparation to see if there's any remaining tasks for us to complete. This is your race preparation area, where you'll get the team ready for the upcoming race weekend. You can also find all the information you need on the circuit we're racing on here. One thing you'll always need to do before each race weekend is setting our performance targets. These help us generate more potential rewards for the team. Here we've got the performance targets for this coming weekend. If we meet these, we'll gain extra revenue. Looks like we've got incentives for both the qualifying session and the race. If we can reach those targets, we'll get an additional payout, and it won't cost the team anything if we don't meet them. You can also decide to add targets here and offer our sponsors guarantees. These are a risk, as we face a potential financial loss if we don't meet them. But if we do, we'll gain a much larger reward. Okay, if you want to offer a guarantee for this weekend and raise the team's potential rewards, now is your chance. You've done everything needed, and the team can't wait to get started. It's time for the first race of the season. You can take some more time to look around if you like. When you're ready, let's get this show on the road.
Welcome to the archipelago of Formula One. Bahrain might have a small land footprint, but it's showing its big spirit right now in the grandstands. Either way, it's time for another fantastic weekend of Grand Prix racing. The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns. With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one drivers will need to manage. It's all about focus and balance to get victory here. We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything is up for grabs, and nothing is certain at this stage. Let's get this underway.
Great to see you again. Welcome to your first race weekend with the team. It's Friday, so we're kicking off with free practice one as usual. Over here's our race preparation area. This is where you can make any changes you need ahead of the upcoming practice session. Rest assured the team have already prepared the cars for practice. When you're ready, we can continue to the practice session. During race weekends, you can decide whether you want to manage the practice sessions yourself or whether to hand over control to your team. As it's your first race weekend, you should let the team handle the practice sessions.
Hello and thank you for joining us as our race weekend unfolds. Free practice has concluded and qualifying awaits. There are no more chances to practice this weekend. It gets serious from now on in, as our teams prepare to record their best lap times ahead of tomorrow's race. One good lap isn't enough to guarantee a strong position, with consistency absolutely essential for those looking to succeed. There's not much left to say, so let's get into it.
To help maximise our drivers' performance, the team have them work on 3 goals during practice: track acclimatisation, car parts knowledge, and setup confidence. If you manage the session yourself, you might get an even better performance from the drivers for the rest of the weekend. Right, time for qualifying. Our results here will determine where we start on the grid for Sunday's race. Qualifying takes place over 3 knockout rounds, and only the fastest drivers will advance each time. Same as practice, the team can handle qualifying for you if you like. Let's get you hands-on for this round, though, just to make sure you're feeling confident before race day kicks off. Our drivers need to be setting their fastest possible lap times, so we can advance to the next round of qualifying.
That's green now.
The slowest
Green
5
now.
cars will be knocked out. Keep a careful eye on time remaining. The time limit on qualifying rounds really ramps up the pressure. Right then, let's get a car out on the track for its first run and see how it goes. Each car is fitted with a number of onboard cameras, so you can see the action as it happens. You can also use the map view if you like. It gives you a good overview of the whole track and all the cars. Remember, you're managing 2 drivers throughout the session, so make sure to keep an eye on both of them. Managing pace will help you manage a car's tyre temperature and wear. Keep an eye on the tyre condition of both cars. Over time, tyre condition will fall, reducing their grip and performance, eventually leading to tyre failures and car retirement.
Okay, back off. Copy.
Our driver is back in the pits. You need to reconfigure the car before we can send them back out. Let's go and take a look. The team will make sure the run plan is updated to include refueling, so all you have to do is fit some fresh tyres. Here you can see all the tyre compounds available this weekend. When making any changes, just be sure you're considering both the condition and the compound of the selected tyre. We want maximum performance during qualifying, so let's use a fresh, soft compound tyre. Soft tyres are the fastest in dry conditions. Confirm the configuration. I wouldn't recommend using these tyres. We'd be best using a fresh, soft... The track will have more grip later in the round, but...
DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently disabled.
Yeah.
Well, the first flying lap could have gone better, but never mind. Keep an eye on the stand-ins throughout the session to make sure we stay out of the knockout zone. Right then. That qualifying run is done, so the driver will return to the pits now. I know everything happens so fast over a race weekend. But if you need to catch your breath, you can pause for as long as you like. Or, if things aren't moving fast enough for you, you can speed up a little.
Who's running wide there? Let's take a look at the replay. Now watch this. Here's the moment involving Albon, and they've gone wide. Way wide. The team are really disappointed with that. Let's hope it doesn't set them back too badly.
From the data view, you can see live data from the current session. Here we can see the latest lap and sector times. Here you can also view how the current session could affect the drivers' and constructors' championship stand-ins. There's plenty more to dive into with the data view, so make sure you spend some time exploring.
Pushing on, pushing on.
Copy.
we're happy to push on with the tyres.
Okay. The tyres haven't really coming down.
No firm. Okay, that's end of session.
It looks like we didn't make it through to Q2. Not great, but it's only the first weekend of the season. Plenty of time to improve.
It's time for the final touches here on the grid, ahead of today's race.
Williams had a good performance in qualifying. Now they'll be eager to demonstrate that they can have an even better race. Aston Martin were on target for qualifying. Now it's up to them to defy expectations for the race itself. The weather is beautifully clear tonight, which is one less problem for the teams to face. Of course, that doesn't take anything away from the unpredictability of this race.
And there's going to be a lot for the teams to handle. So will the drivers and their cars be able to cope with the pressure? Let's find out right here at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Right then, time for the main event, the Bahrain Grand Prix. This is a great time for us to get some early points under our belt. So let's stay focused and push hard. Each driver will need to make at least one pit stop to fit new tyres. On average, a pit stop will cost a driver about 25 seconds. So we need to think carefully about when to pit and why. Let's set a tyre strategy for our drivers now. We need to make sure we have a good plan for when we want the cars to pit. Every race weekend, the team will prepare some recommended strategies to choose from. Let's see what they suggest for this race. Okay, strategy A is a fast but risky option, relying on 2 soft stints and no hard compound at all. Strategy B is a well-balanced option. 2 soft stints and a nice long middle stint on a hard compound. Right. Strategy C is a slower but safe option for this track. We'll tackle the final stint on a medium compound instead of a soft tyre. If you think a different approach could work, you can make changes to any of the team strategies or even create one from scratch. We can always adapt our strategy during the race, so we can respond quickly to changing conditions and stay ahead of the pack. Strategy C is a good choice. Going safe for your first race isn't a bad idea. You should consider picking a different strategy for each driver. This gives us a chance to take advantage of in-race events and means we won't have both cars pitted on the same lap. That's both drivers with a set strategy in place. Right, let's head back to the preparation.
It looks like clear skies tonight, with the drivers now in their grid positions. Here we have Alexander Albon. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. Next up for the team, it's Latifi. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid. The race start is mere seconds away. And this is it, the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go. Oh, did someone run wide there? We can take a look now. Now look at this, it's Pierre Gasly. They've gone wide. They won't be happy about that. And that was a bitter blow for the team. And it may have really hurt their overall chances.
DRS is enabled. Focus and push.
If a driver needs an additional performance push for a short time, they can adjust their ERS strategies and use any battery charge they have. There are 3 ERS strategies that deploy more energy than they harvest, but each use that energy for a different purpose. Overtake and defend are best for getting ahead of cars or for keeping them behind you. Deploy is the fastest strategy available. Harvest will prioritise charging up the battery instead of using energy for performance. Neutral will maintain the current battery charge over a lap, which gives a nice... Fuel commands allow drivers to manage their car's fuel consumption. Just keep an eye on your remaining fuel. If we run out, the car will be forced to retire.
Remember, overtake is available.
Copy.
Just use the overtake.
Copy.
Let's close this gap.
Okay.
As the race
You can
progresses,
afford to drop back.
remember to keep an eye on the planned strategy.
Yes, okay.
The data view is also an important area to track during the race.
Oh, they've run wide!
Full deploy.
Yep, copy.
During the race, you can use the strategy view to check on each driver's strategy and adjust them if need be. You can also check the strategy graphs to see how a car... You can also use the car and track tabs to view more details about them. The car tab...
So what DRS?
Copy.
You have the overtake.
Copy.
Go race, mate. Yep, go race.
Copy.
Good job, good job.
And a new position, just gained by Williams. Here's the replay. Now watch this. Here's the moment involving Albon. They take advantage and muscle their way through. Excellent work. I think it's safe to say that went down well with the team.
Can push through all corners.
Copy.
there's an overtake from Williams. Let's take a closer look. Now we see the Williams here. And there they go, moving up a position in the pack. That was a big moment. The team are clearly delighted.
Push hard. Happy to push hard.
Okay, copy.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Check the DRS.
Yes.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place. Look at that! They've run wide! Let's see what happened there. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin. They're forced wide, and there we can see them slide off. The team are devastated. They'll be questioning just what happened out there.
Okay, we can use the overtake.
Yes.
And a new position, just gained by Williams. Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Nice work.
And there's an overtake from Williams. Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place. Looks like there's been a lockup. Let's have a look. Daniel Ricciardo involved here. And yes, that's the lockup.
I made a mistake.
Copy, copy.
Yeah. Deploy.
Yep, copy.
Overtake is available if needed.
Copy.
You can afford to drop back.
Yes.
Let's go push.
Yep, okay.
DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently disabled.
Copy.
Just use the overtake.
Yeah.
Okay, this means it's nearly time to call the planned pit stop. Unless you think there's a reason to pit immediately, I always recommend sticking to the strategy and pitting on the optimal lap.
box.
Okay, box, box.
Full deploy.
Okay. Tires aren't really coming down.
Copy.
We look at reducing the lift and core.
Copy.
Lift core increase, please.
Copy.
Okay, back off.
Copy.
You're doing good. pick up rubber.
Copy.
VSC.
Sounds like a few cars have crashed. Let's take a look at the replay. Now look at this, it's Pierre Gasly. Goodness me, that is a serious collision. That's going to be a big blow to the team. Will they be able to recover? We'll see.
You can afford to drop back.
Copy.
And then let's go push.
Yes.
VSC ending, VSC ending. You have the overtake.
Okay.
Is overtake.
Copy.
So watch DRS.
Yep, copy.
Use DRS.
Copy.
DRS enabled.
We can take a look now. Daniel Ricciardo involved here. And this, yes, this is where they spun out.
Okay, max saving, max fuel saving.
Yes, okay.
Good job, good job.
Just do lift and coaster.
Got it.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Let's close this gap.
Okay.
Check the DRS.
Yep, copy.
Yeah. Deploy.
Yep, sure.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
Happy to use the overtake.
Okay.
Seems to have been a lock-up. That's a spin! Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Full deploy.
Yep, copy.
And there's an overtake from Williams. Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position. They've locked up and gone straight on. Let's take a closer look. All eyes on Kevin Magnussen here. That lockup could have cost them dearly. And a new position, just gained by Williams. Is that a lockup?
Yeah, I can't keep these tires up. There's no grip. Copy. Guys, these oscillations are killing me. Anything we could do?
Okay, back off.
Copy.
We want to leave court, please.
Okay, copy.
Increase lifting coast.
Copy.
And box, box.
Box, box.
It looks like tyre condition is getting quite low for this car. Let's call them in for a pit stop and fit a...
And box, box.
It looks like tyre condition is getting quite low for this car. Let's call them in for a pit stop and fit a fresh set.
Yeah. Deploy.
Yes.
Use the rest.
Copy.
Check the DRS.
Copy.
So what DRS?
Copy.
Vettel has just pitted. Box.
Yes, okay, box.
Full deploy.
Okay.
Make sure you give some energy.
Copy.
reduce lift and coast.
Yep, copy.
Ready to call a pit stop?
Down.
Bring the driver
Right,
in
Roger.
and follow up.
And box.
You can afford to drop back.
Yep, copy.
Let's reduce lift and coast by 1 level.
Yeah.
Was that a lock-up on the track?
And let's go push.
Okay.
And this will be the last lap coming up.
Okay, we can easily overtake.
Okay, copy.
You go push. Go push.
Copy.
That's Leclerc! Charles Leclerc is today's winner. They've gone wide! An okay performance for Alex Albon today. This was a mixed performance from Williams today. Some excellent decisions and then some strategies that will need a bit of work.
They are a solid team and will be looking to solve their issues. Hopefully, we'll start seeing stronger results from them soon.
With the race wrapped up, the team is ranked in 9th in the constructor standings.
The teams now look ahead to the next round, where they'll duel it out in the sand dunes of Saudi Arabia.
The team's drivers gain experience over each race weekend, depending on their performance. With enough experience, your drivers will be able to improve their skills. That was a great opening weekend for our team. The board and our sponsors are pleased, and we've earned some extra money for our performance. You can see their response in more detail from the board menu. Take a look at what you can be doing before the next race weekend gets here. Our time is precious, and these moments between races are a good point to develop our team further. You should have an email from the engineering team over in the warehouse. Check it out. Ah, it looks like the engineering team have just finished manufacturing a car part. It's a suspension system, one the team designed earlier. Improving our cars is a constant process. The other teams won't be taking it easy, and having a cutting-edge car is vital if we want to stay. New car parts are initially designed by the team. They can then be manufactured and installed on either car. This suspension has already been manufactured. From the cars area, you can manage everything relating to the cars and their build. From car analysis, to car parts, to new development projects. Uninstalled car parts are stored in the warehouse, including our newly manufactured suspension. Here at the warehouse, you can find all the car parts that make up an F1 car. We can develop aerodynamic car... Right. All the available suspension designs are here to look through. Notice how both cars currently have the same suspension design installed. Check the new design at the top of the list. As each car can only have one suspension fitted, you'll want to check the stats of the new design to see if it's worth replacing the old one. Take the time here to compare the two designs. You may also want to pay attention to the stats that are crucial for the next race, and see which suspension is more suitable for that circuit. Looks like this new design only has positive impacts on the car. That's great news. We only have one copy of this suspension at the moment. Select the new suspension design and get it installed. Can't wait. Great work. That's the new suspension fitted. If you want to have more... If you don't want the team to manufacture anything right now, we should probably head back. Right then. Now you finished the installation, there's one more project for you to kick. Here we are again. We've already fitted our cars with the... There are 3 different types of projects the engineering team can work on. We can design a new car part for use this season, manufacture copies of existing designs, or undertake research to develop our team's expertise for next season. Let's focus on this season for now. That means designing a new... These are car parts we can design and manufacture in-house. Each car part impacts different areas of a car's performance, but certain car parts will have a greater impact than others. You can also view our car performance by rank on grid. This is a useful comparison tool and lets you see how... Take a look over the different car parts. The highlights indicate which performance areas they impact the most. Pick one that impacts the ratings you want to... The team's expertise in making new car parts improves with experience, so each new design is likely to be better than an older one. Just make sure to check the new design against the one currently. Testing is also an important step in designing a new car part. Our testing time is limited throughout the season, and it's up to you to decide how much to commit to each design project. If you assign some testing time to this design now, you can see what effect it will have on the car part. Once you've taken a look, let's continue. You can direct the engineering team to focus on specific areas of performance. F1 car parts are complex, and sometimes you'll have to sacrifice performance. Over the season, we'll understand more about our car's performance, which will help you to guide the team's design focus. You can try altering the focus now if you like, or else stick with a balanced approach. When you're ready, continue with the process. As a final step before the team gets started on this design project, you need to decide how many engineers you want working on it. You should also decide what approach they should take. Bear in mind, these decisions will have an impact on the Nice work. That's the project started. If you check your calendar, you'll see the team have given you a delivery. Continually designing new car parts is imperative to improving our team's performance and staying